gentlemen, my name is Dustin, and today I just got done doing the Celeste stream, but I kind of wanted to do some other stuff, so here we are doing some Black Desert. For those who are curious, I'm not ready for Edania. I'm not. Go ahead and kill the music here. So to kind of explain something, first off, I'm going to go ahead and hop into the game here real quick. So to explain something, as I mentioned, Edania is coming out, supposedly, this maintenance. I'm still not really holding my breath because I've learned not to trust them. Pearl Abyss has lied many a times in the past. Or rather, we're maybe too ambitious. I'm not sure. For anybody curious, this is my current fishing spot over here. And this is the Crocodilo horse. So, there you go. It's just kind of some humble flexing here. So let's head over to the well real quick. I did actually join a new community, or rather an old community that I was part of, a guild. It's been one of those sorts of moments where I'm kind of going back to my roots, where I was like a year ago in terms of friends and people that I was around. And, you know, here's hoping that this time around that they... Like, the main reason I left was because people started being inactive, and I usually stay around until it's too late. Now, I know people will say server hop. You can server hop. No. I'm not going to. I'm just far too lazy for all that. So, 226 million. Probably would have gotten a lot more. I know I would have gotten a lot more if I would have swapped servers, but... It's fine. It's fine. It's copium. What we're gonna do is I'm going to put on some of my gear. So I'm gonna put on farmer's clothes. I put on my farming outfits. I'm gonna go do some farming. Start the day off right. That should be all I need. And then I'm also going to need life XP. Do I have any forest crystals? No, I do not. Head over to Valenos. For anybody's watching me live, just wanted to point out there, Garmoth and Pig King is going to be spawning at top of the hour, which is 8 minutes from now. In 3 minutes, the bottom right, it'll actually display the message, but yeah. So yeah, I was actually doing a little bit of plant breeding, well not plant breeding, but like managing pests and weeds pruning earlier. They really screwed up something, like it doesn't actually update. Just stop. It doesn't update the red bars anymore for whatever reason. Like, if I go to the next one here, it won't update, but if I stay on this one, it'll update. And if I reselect that one, it updates. So I don't know what they screwed up, something with the notification system at the top. There's also a few other things that they messed up this last week, probably due to notifications, if I had to fathom a guess, just because that's like the big thing that they changed. Oh, I hit T. Nope. 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 Stop, please. I'm fumbling the controls so hard right now, it's not even funny. Alright, so I need 100 of these seeds. So I'm just going to plant breed half of my fences. It's usually what I do. Alright. I love how so many people were telling me, like, they're getting removed, use mouse to move, it's gonna ruin life skillers, it's gonna ruin the game. It just really only killed classes that relied on it. That's all it did, really. As far as grinding goes, or like PvP and stuff like that, so I found it hilarious when people were like doom and glooming me. So it's up and around. All right, if you're watching live, 5 minutes, Garmoth, Pig King. They're both going to be spawning. In fact, I'm actually going to go to Garmoth today. I don't believe I've gotten my bundles for the week. I've gotten 2, so I can get my 3rd one. Also, today is weekly reset, so I need to... I believe I got Laura's done for Scorched Fragments. Then I also need to check what was the other weekly that I'm actively doing. I forget. Oh, Pit of the Undying, which I believe I already did as well this week. This should be good. Yep. Oops. Harvest the rest of these. Now here comes the somewhat difficult part. Planting all of these. Right. All right, let's go ahead and take these out. Do more. All right, then I need to. Yeah, I probably should be able to reach them all from here. So grab 2 and 2. All right.
Yep.
Welcome to Velia. Need to use the storage?
All those way. Throw that, or turn it into silver. This into storage. So I'm going to turn all this into storage. Oops. About what I usually do, 200 million. All right, now while I'm here in Velia, let's go ahead and swap to my Garmoth alts and hope that everything's fine and it's not going to crash. Right? All right, cool. We didn't crash. Not targetable. Alright, should be targetable now. Huh, I framed at least half of that. That's cool. It'll take a little bit to die, so I'm just going to enjoy my snack. After a fierce battle. Yeah, okay. That's good. Okay. As far as the, as I call meat and potatoes of today, I don't really know what I'm doing. That sounds like every Black Desert stream I've ever done, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've thought about getting more sap. I've thought about getting more snake blood. I've thought about just doing alchemy, but nobody really wants to watch me just sit around and... alchemy. You want me to AFK fish? You want me to just stream, just not do anything, just fishing? As tempting as that is, I think I'm gonna do some hunting today, and some OG hunting, not sniper hunting. How you doing, Nope? Forgot to say that. Yes, I am going to go do shadow lines. Holy lag spike. Getting stuck on a scarecrow of all things. Sleepy woke up not too long ago. How are you? I'm not sure if I might be coming down with something. I keep coughing and stuff, and my throat feels... well, without saying it has a frog in it, because I don't want you guys thinking this. I feel something like in my throat. Probably phlegm or whatever, but... I love how this, like, graphic, like, visual bug is still a thing. Seeing anybody over here? It's been a bit since I've been over here, so I don't quite remember. Oh boy. It's those three, and I think there's an extension over here. Yeah, there is. Alrighty. I remember more than I thought I would remember. They just keep chasing me because, you know, you have the world's largest leash range. Yeah, that's right. Run away, coward. Stupid lines. Okay. Let's go ahead and equip one. Is there anything that I'm missing? Every time I'm just like, I'm missing something. What is it? I think I'm going to stick with Life Mastery, right? Yeah, 1850. I am going to... Actually, hang on a second. I head back to town because I want to try something. Doing some quick tapping. How'd you know? I only have enough for one tap, though, unfortunately. Besides the fact that I did look at the Kronstone of my inventory going, I think 125 is what I want to use here. All you need is that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, in theory. I mean, I could also raw it, but usually we'll have. I usually try to tap around 120, but it's a 180 if I wanted to swing it. Not seeing any others. Usually like 130 would be pretty good too, but This would be nice if it goes, because it's just 100 more mastery. I want to try to push for like that 2,000 breakpoint, really, but 549. I do have capital. I could go buy cronstones, but for the sake of giving a... Oh, I didn't even see that about the... Okay, anyways. I'll do it the slow way for once. Nope. Sick.
Your stuff with me. You can talk about your personal stories at the tavern.
And over to blacksmith, which is up over this way. Cover.
Is war here. It's fiercer than any other places.
That's great, man. I really need to level up this horse. This, for anybody curious, is the Progdalo, the 3-in-1 horse. Compared to my actual Doom I think is like 160, maybe 170. This one's 143, and it just feels slow. I kind of want to put this horse in a safe enough spot. Sure, why not in here? Now, I don't recall, do I have... I do, I see the Firehorn mission. Okay, we're fine. Okie dokie. So, I'm going to try to do gathering item drop rate, excuse you. So going to try to do gathering drop rate, because I've heard that's better than doing damage. It's been a very, very long time since I've been back here, so I don't know exactly how much these wolves are going to hurt me, but... I did. Okay. I do have hunting damage, so if, you know, I needed extra stuff, I could always apply this instead of life mastery. But again, life mastery does bring me up to 1850. At least it's a breakpoint. It's like every 50 is a breakpoint. So I can't use exquisite meals. I have to use seafood cron, which is okay. I'm going to use Khan's Heart today for the extra 2%. Item drop rates. And... This is going to be annoying. These guys take a whole lot longer to kill. It's been a very, very long time since I've been back here. How long it took me to kill that one guy, just for reference, I could pull all three and kill in that time. How it used to be. So maybe after this one, I might try to change out to my crystals and see if that's any better. They aren't doing any damage though, which compared to before, they would do a ton of damage, so pros and cons, I suppose. Oh, I got the bonus quest on my second kill. Wow. I was going to try to do 2 and then roll. Oh, it's just normal monsters. It used to be go kill nearby lions or wolves. Okay, let's change out the. I'm gonna lose a lot of master here, but just curious. I haven't officially started my hour. I'm just more or less testing at the moment. These guys are just gonna take a lot longer. I mean, back attacks don't even really do that much more, if I'm going to be honest. It's kind of tragic. Oh well. What I'm going to do, just so I have a timer, is I'll just use one of these. It doesn't really affect anything. Never done any hunting myself, but someone told me you want crit and back attack damage for the Shadow Lions. No idea, though, how you would back attack those. Very, very annoyingly, you'd go like this, and then go again, and then go again, and go again. You would kind of hope that they do that attack there, and then roll behind them, and then just hopefully get 3 shots off. Really annoying, though. But these guys used to drop a whole lot faster. They definitely buffed them. Two, 3. As long as they kept doing that attack where they like roar, you do a lot of damage to them. It's a little bit longer to kill them, but it's not terrible, I guess. It's not the greatest in my opinion, but crystals do feel like they help a little bit. Oop. And alternatively, you might be able to like hop on a horse, but then that's like trying to min-max, I guess. That's just not really fun to me, so. Missed. And you do rely heavily on them doing this attack. And if they just decide they're just not going to attack that way, then you're just kind of screwed, so. Here, pink, pink, and pink. Excuse me, I hit that guy. You took my bullet, you didn't hit him, and then you stunned me. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, this is like one of the issues here is just the stuns that they do to you. You all do your stupid roar. Do the roar. Yeah, it's... The meta used to be this, and it's just not anymore, sadly. So, it looks like I need to pull one at a time. It's Unlock City right here. Screw Edania. Need to focus one of these down. Stun lock is starting to become too annoying. Thank you. I was trying to do 3 roll. I'm ultra curious. Did they change rhinos too much? Oh, they did change rhinos a lot, actually. Oh, that's gross. Is the loot better, though? I must say it's roughly the same. Of course, life skillers get shafted, because why would PA really care about us, you know? Everybody complaining about my favorite mob zone. I'm now getting 300 million less silver. Ring. It literally takes me the time to kill one lion here. I used to kill a pack. The time it took me to kill that one rhino, I could kill 3. My kill rate is so slow that these lions respawned. That's not good. Yeah. Angle it right, you can just barely get that. I swear I'm doing no damage. Thank you. Just double checking. I do have hunting damage on. What I'll do after I kill this one, I'll change out my gathering Yawning Hedgehog Lightstone set. I'll change it to Canine Tooth, which is the one I typically would run. I'm just trying to do Yawning Hedgehog because people say, you get more money that way. Hunting damage. Does this really change it? I'm gonna go with yes and no. A little bit better, but not that much. It's definitely faster. I'll give it that. There it is. Wait, was that another one I just hit back there? I think it was. Make sure the stun. As per usual, I don't like anything PA changes, because it always makes it worse. So many people are so excited about Edania, it's not even funny. I'm always one of those guys that's like DOA, you know, dead on arrival. Edania, I really hope is going to be DOA. Somebody in the guild I'm in now mentioned how they're going to introduce an item that you can get from mobs that essentially acts like a cronstone. So it's a rich get rich scheme where those that have the gear to grind there will be rewarded to get cronstones, where the rest of us just won't. But, you know, they're not going to stop buying outfits off the marketplace or, you know, buying, swiping their own credit card. They'll just double dip now. So the rest of us, I put in a pre-order for an outfit box like 3 weeks ago. I have yet to see it fill. I gave up on it, canceled it, and said, fine, it's my money. So my best bet when it comes to upgrades are actually unironically going to be going to a vendor saying, here's my silver, give me cronstones. Which is going to hurt me a lot more than you might think. Let's do this. Oh, at least they give you black gems for that. That's cool. It's the bonus quest I got from killing some lions at the very beginning. I'm gonna attract both of them. That's great. Good man. Here's the stunorama.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that was a lot more crits there, crit and back attacks. So definitely the way to do it. Not going to deny that. It does take a little bit of playing around them though.
Yep. Yep.
Just realized it might be night soon.
Yep.
Gross. Do I still? I do. Hit back attack damage. For these, for those. I don't think I need attack speed. Attack speed 1. And sure. My fairy stuff just got all screwed up a long time ago. That's nice. That's nice. I remember having to run these all the time when I was here.
Yep.
Still kind of experimenting, but it's better. Still not like it used to be, though. Back. No. Almost like you have to be responsive, not retroactive. Think. Yeah, those last two were definitely crits. I have BSR. I'm going to, on the next pack, I think, pull 4. That's about the most you can do. Sun City. Matchlock is like completely broke. The reason I did that versus just equipping a second one is equipping the second one would get rid of my BSR. Alright. Comes a big pack here. Gotta coordinate with them here. 1, 2. 3, 4. Thanks for just stun locking me, rude. Alright. Pretty good. It's not even worth using on multiple. Because now I gotta deal with Stun City. One down. I'm shooting the one right in front of me, but the game thinks I'm shooting the one to my left. That's totally what I want. Yeah, thanks, game. Don't prioritize the one that has low HP and is can cough on, kill him. You know, don't prioritize him. He, long life, happy family, all that fun stuff. Yeah. Must be nice.
Yep.
It's gonna be nighttime soon, isn't it? 6 minutes. Half of this stream is gonna be at nighttime. Well, half of this hour at least is gonna be nighttime. I just one-shot that deer though. See, I thought about just not even bother hunting the lions and just like hunt deer. And to be honest with you, deer probably would be a better choice. One, because I can one-shot the deer at least. 2, the reason why I'm doing this is for multiple reasons actually. There's this self-imposed hunting challenge that I'm doing where I'm going around trying to get all of the individual animals' heads. And then I want to make, by myself, without buying anything off the marketplace to make it happen, I want to make all of the various different types of heads. You got like the normal stuffed heads, you have artisan stuffed, master stuffed, artisan special stuffed, and master special stuffed. So, if you don't want to try to roar at me, you stupid lion, I'll just murder you. So... one of the things that I'm going to need is Breath of Narcian, and a lot of Breath of Narcian. In order to make the Masters and Masters stuffed ones, or special Masters stuffed, I'm going to need, I think it's 10 Breath of Narcian total for one species. So like bear, for instance. And there's over 30 species. So one of the things that I'm just going to need a ton of, probably over 1,000 of, because I haven't done the math on it yet, is Breath of Narcian. Now there is one alternative called Breath of Omua, and Breath of Omua you can get over at Mountain of Eternal Winter. It's similar to the Narcian one, where you have Breath of Narcian, and then you have Narc's Gemstone? I don't remember what they're called. These things. Narc's Wish Stone. So the fact I got 4 Breath of Narcian so far today, that's actually huge. Got something in my eye, so bear with me a moment while I fix that. But yeah, Breath of Narcian. There have been many hours that I would spend here that I just wouldn't get, like, 2. I would just have terrible, terrible drop rate for them. Breath of Amua is kind of worse in my experience, but I also need to go and hunt some of the monsters over there because over here, like Shadow Lions, yeah, you know, if I get a few Shadow Lion heads to drop, then that counts toward the hunting goal. But over at Mount of Eternal Winter, there are boss creatures that spawn. So you're primarily, I think, attacking frost wolves, if I remember correctly. And there's a chance to have a bear or a leopard spawn in, and then you have to kill the bear or leopard. And you can guess how difficult that's going to be to get ahead from that because, well, it's a boss, and it's random on when it spawns. So there's a good chance that I'm going to spend a little bit of time over at Mount of Eternal Winter trying to get that. But I also am going to need a ton of breath, whether it's Narcian or Amua. I'm going to need one or the other. So as much as I probably shouldn't be hunting lions, I should probably be going after deer or something a bit more squishier, wolves or something. Wolves actually might be better because they at least aggro towards you, and then the BSR, you might be able to kill a full pack. Bosses do have a higher chance to drop Breath of Narcian, if I remember correctly. Just they still don't really drop any, honestly, for me. Watch today be different. Actually, watch today be the exact same it's always been. Yep. Oh, he's literally right there. I did not see him. Cleanse him with the darkness. Darkness. Can't hide from the darkness. I have no idea what I'm impersonating. It's just what I wanted to say. Maybe it's like a mixture of Bane and somebody else. I don't know. That is not what I wanted you to target, but okay. Can't even harvest it from here. Of course, you jump back right there, turkey. Why isn't there turkey in this game you can hunt? Just saying. I mean, the closest we get is, I guess, cuckoo birds, but that's not... As far as I know, you can't hunt them. Oh, now it's night-night. Like, actual night-night. Oop. Please just stop jumping. The hard part, too, is sometimes they aggro immediately, like that. And other times, when you hit them, they just kind of like stand still for a second, like, oh, something's hit me. I hit to reload, don't lie to me. Undo. Do the roar. Well, this is a waste. BSR. Probably should have used it on this guy. Ow. Alright, cool. Good chunk of health off that guy. Guess I'll whiff that shot, huh? Yeah, sometimes I do that little roar thing so I could hopefully hit him with all 4 bullets. Next time my BSR is full, I'm gonna go say hi to the wolves nearby. I love YouTube's analytics. I don't really pay that close attention, like how many people are concurrently watching. Every once in a while I kind of do, but I saw it said 9 and then it said 4 and now we're back up to 8. Like, how do I lose 5 people and then 4 more people join? Thanks, YouTube. I know what it really comes down to is like internet connections and stuff, but still, it's kind of annoying. Why I usually don't pay attention to the numbers too much. And I just love the music around here in Odalita. Oh. Let's try to reload a little bit. Greedy on the reload. Although this kind of brings me back to the days where I was kind of going back and forth between hunting lions here and hunting feather wolves, because it was feather wolves, feather wolves, feather wolves. If you're an OG hunter, you've probably been to feather wolves. There's a Camasylvia spot for anybody who has no idea what I'm talking about. Feather wolves was like the place you would go to. And it was essentially a solo spot, even though it looked like 2 people probably share it. Because the type of people that would go there were so efficient at it that I always had to like find a server for myself. And then once I actually got, you know, a bit more familiarity with it, then I was like, oh, okay, now I see why it's a solo spot. That's herbs. But once Odalita was released, then for me it turned into grass rhino, grass rhino, grass rhino. Because you can, I actually got called out for this, even though it's not something that I did to like break the AI. The AI is really dumb. Like, in comparison to a lot of other games, the AI in Black Desert is really stupid. Or we'll say basic. Okay. If there's a terrain, trying to see if I can maybe show it off here, like this little like mound, I guess you can call it. Sometimes the AI, like, why did that guy all of a sudden turn away from me to attack? I don't know. I stand up on top of here. What are they going to do? One of them's tried to go around. The other one isn't. Rhinos are notorious for not figuring out how to work around obstacles. These lions are a little bit faster, and they seem to have a little bit better of an AI, but rhinos are extremely stupid. So there's a spot. It's not on this side. There's like a river that kind of divides the land going north and south to the east from where I'm at currently. On the other side of that river, there's a whole nother like area that you can hunt mobs and stuff. There's a whole thing of wolves, lions, deer, and then rhinos. And the spot that I was at, I actually had live streamed this, so if you want to watch portions of it or like find out what I was doing, it was live, and if they reported me for something, they got shut down pretty much. Let me see, does this rhino figure it out? Now he's down below. Is he gonna go around to get to me? No. So this is what I got called out for, was manipulating the AI. It's not my fault PA just designed them to have a very basic AI. And this is all I did. I power leveled myself up to Guru this way. I still was doing stuff. Like, OMG, I can't believe that you're cheating. Cheating? Because the AI is stupid and doesn't know how to like walk around the rock. They knew how to get up on the rocks. There were plenty of times where they did. But yeah, it's just the AI goes, what is my current location? What is the enemy's location? Point A, point B. That's kind of what the AI does. If you don't believe me, go do C content. You'll see what I mean. Same goes for land mobs as well. AI is extremely basic in this game. But I 100% got up from, I don't know, Master 3 or 4, something like that. I did Feather Wolves until I kind of got like really sick and tired of doing Feather Wolves, and then came over here, did an hour, compared my results, and was like, yo, rhinos are better. That was a doe. So I just kind of lived out here, killing rhinos while sitting atop a rock. Go ahead, Guru. And now, as of today, I am Guru 15. And the last time I was here, I want to say I was like Guru 6 or 7, maybe? And I was definitely not hunting lions. I was hunting deer, if I remember. Everything goes back to life skilling for me, honestly. I just cooked well over maybe 150,000 recipes worth of Balenos meals, made all the sub meals, and then just went cooking for like it was like almost a 2-week adventure, really. I'd say more like a week. Got distracted doing some alchemy in the middle of it. But for me, everything always goes back to life skilling in this game. Which is why when Edania drops, I probably won't be doing any content on it day one, because I'm just not geared for it, for starters. I mean, I could go check out the spot and, you know, kind of showcase things, but as far as like mobs and stuff go, I'm probably not going to be able to. A lot of people say you need 330 like sheet AP. I'm like, depending on the class, Awakening is the closest, I think, at 325, and Secession is like 321. They are giving out a ton of cronstones, so maybe I can make some gains with that. Push a necklace or something, I don't know, but it's going to be very difficult for me to want to even have the desire to go to Edania. Alright, so Just going to showcase BSR at how it works. It does do splash, so let's get a bunch of these guys all wound up close together. They, if I remember correctly, can do quite a bit of damage, so I do not want them to really hit me all at once. There you go. I want to say the BSR used to kill these guys in one shot. So I feel like the damage is a little bit less, but maybe that's just a splash related thing. Like the center of the shot did more damage than outside of the damage radius. I don't know. Here's, what are these wild sparks for again? I always forget. Black gem fragments. Okay. So for like 10 of them, I can get 5. So right now I can get another 35, which would put me over 50. So that would mean I can get 10 concentrateds from this. Cool. Everything goes back to concentrateds. Okay, how about you don't jump so far away from me? How about you don't stun me? Here's the third one. How about you just die? Here we go. Whoop. Okay, that was 6 shots. That was actually pretty good. Must have gotten quite a bit of crits there. There's only 3 here? I swear there was a 4th one, but I guess not. I lured the other one. I just would like to ask PA one very important question. Who does your audio design, and why do they think that, you know, during nighttime that birds would be this active? I have many other questions like that, but, you know, it's just like the most prevailing thought that I have at the moment. Birds are not this active. For anybody curious, the top corner where it shows, like, you know, whatever server you're in plus whatever the time is currently in game, I have that hidden, have had it hidden for a very long time. I know on the sake of the stream there is also a black box that also covers that, this area up over here. I probably don't even need that black box anymore if I'm honest with you, but I used to hide my server. Now I just don't even have it visible. That also means I just don't know what time of day it is in game. It'd be like 2 a.m. or something. I don't know. Night ends in 23 minutes, so we're halfway through the night. So I would say probably... It might be 2 a.m. actually. Bosses are next. Oh, they're an hour from now. Never mind. I did that in the wrong order.
Yep.
Okay. Nope, too far. Do the reload every time the same way. He just decides, nope. So my thoughts about this, you know, I'm not done with my hour, obviously. Still got like 14 more minutes left. My thoughts on this, though, is that don't do normal hunting if you don't have good mastery. Maybe that's just me being, you know, whatever, but my personal opinion, if you can get a sniper rifle, do that. Because a couple of things about sniper rifle hunting that makes it better. To my understanding, sniper rifle hunting does not require high mastery. The only time you ever really should care about getting a ton of mastery is when you were doing matchlock hunting. Because I'm noticing, like, every time I'm getting 4 Caphras, you know. Maybe I'm sure that's a mastery thing, but with sniper rifle hunting, I know that I get a lot more black gems than what I have gotten here so far. Plus, I mean, sniper rifle hunting is much more satisfying to me. 5,000 line meat, that's not bad, but not great either. Like, one of my best hours before Agris could be used and before Land of the Morning Light gathering events occurred, I was over at Encado Inner Harbor. It was over 8,000 lion meat. Granted, I still have 12 minutes left, and you know we could always make up that difference, but this also does include blood and also include hides, so it's not like it's just meat, but one of the main reasons that I'm doing this is so I can make more Valencia meals, and that does require lion meat, as well as snake and scorpion. It's like the 3 things that I just need to get myself. But even black gems, you know, I'm also getting 4 every time. Realistically, if you can get a sniper rifle, the Marnie sniper rifle specifically, if you want to get into hunting, I wouldn't recommend Matchlock from the beginning, like brand new account. I would definitely recommend Matchlock hunt, or not Matchlock, sniper rifle hunting. Sniper rifle hunting, you will get a lot more value out of it, in my opinion. Obviously, do your own research is what my disclaimer would be on that. You know, do an hour hunt with Matchlock, do an hour hunt with sniper rifle. Compare the two. Make the choice for yourself. In my personal experience, this is actually a better way to get sharps. It's like 44 and 17 for gems. That's not great. 40 sharps, though, that's wonderful. I don't know if I just have like a sharp shard inflated hour or something, but the fact that I got 40, that's pretty good in my opinion. So I'm going to end up with more sharp shards than I can afford to convert black gems into concentrated black gems. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's not going to be huge, but you know, 50 of these plus 20 of these, so I'll at least have an extra 20 as of right now. Still have 10 minutes, things could change. I'm not even taking advantage, like min-maxing like crazy either. If I was, I would be on a Mystic. Uno, I think, is like second best in my personal opinion. I don't remember what the is though. I know Mystic has a higher natural crit rate, and I want to say Kuno might have had crit rate plus something else. I don't remember. But it's Secession Kuno, which I'm awakened at the moment, so if I were to get more into doing matchlock hunting like this, I would definitely change it out. And I had a preset for the longest time specifically for this. Hey, there's the quest. Also have BSR, so I'm going to go visit the wolves after this. After this pack and the next two, I suppose. Oh, there goes the weight issue here. Cam, deposit all that. It should be good. Durability is getting low, so let's go ahead and repair that. So the next 4 lines over here. Okay, that was just blade stun. Okay. My brain was acting when I was doing Celeste. Let's go say hi to the wolves over here now. It can be such a pain to group them up because some of them like to attack, like they attack through you. For context, it used to be this quest used to be go and kill wolves, which is why I kind of still do. Where's the boss one? I can't look in this direction because it's the like. So, oh, he's right there. Oh, boss. Oh, don't mind me. Apparently didn't reload. You know what? Fine. I'll just harvest this one. You just keep shaking your head at me. Alright, boss has a higher chance for breath. Nope. At least with doing this quest, you do get pities. You need 30 of them though, so it's 10 quests worth. Which, I mean, is better than nothing, I guess. It's progress. So. Afra's nice. Really? Need one of those to be a crit, and it wasn't. Bother. Yeah, all in all, I would say nowadays sniper rifle hunting is probably going to be more profitable, or I don't want to say like more better, but it is generally speaking a lot better. Largely because you can't get stunned like that. That specific stun. For anybody wondering what that was, me too. Off. That's hard there. Is that, was that like 30% or 0.30? Wait, this might still be pretty decent XP. I didn't even bother to look before I really started, like where I was at and everything. $85. What do we got after I kill this? Yeah, it's 0.30 per kill. So I mean, XP is not terrible. That was the hour though, by the way. In total, in the meat departments, we're looking at 6,400, which was like a bad hour when I would go to Ankado Inner Harbor. Enough black gems for almost 25? 30? Math is too difficult for me. It's time of the day. By that I mean like 1 p.m. I should be more awake, but I've also been like getting up at 5 in the morning, so realistically I've been up for 8 hours now. Yeah. which for me apparently is just like too much. So my sleep schedule is finally sort of going to a normal, tending toward normalcy, I would say. But I'm gonna try to stay up to like 5 or 6 p.m. tonight. 5 hours, oh boy. Also, hot take on this. I do really love this outfit, obviously. I wear it like almost all the time. Of the new outfits, in case anybody even cares to know my opinion on them, I kind of like the bodysuit one because something about bodysuits. This one, though, I do like because of the hat. This one I would say is a little bit better just because of the hat and the separation here. It's not like hot pants or hot shorts, whatever you want to call them. But then there's also like this outfit, which I'm just kind of like meh, you know. This one in particular, you keep the like cut off jean shorts, I guess. This one, you get to keep the beach robe, I guess. And then there's the bikini, which gets rid of all of them. So, in my opinion, this one is kind of just meh to me. I'd probably, if I had the money, I probably would get probably the shorts one. And, you know, show off some cleavage on that one. Or this one. It does have a cleavage reveal option, so... Never thought I'd say those words on stream, but... This also doesn't really have, like, the flip-flops. It just has, like, normal shoes. But this is definitely more, like, lifeguard sort of look. I do like this one the most, though, if I'm going to be completely honest. There's your fashion hot take for the stream. Probably for the rest of the year, honestly. Can't be bothered to do much more of those. So anyways, 117 wild sparks, 42 Caphras. Like, not bad if Caphras actually were worth anything these days. Yes, they are maxed out at 3 mil, but last I checked, like a week and a half, yeah, they've cut down how much was on the market by half. There was over 700,000 Caphras the other week. So, yeah, I mean, Caphras, it could be pretty good money. Let's say, you know, 42, it's 124 million. You factor in like making the concentrateds, which I'm actually going to do. I don't have any normal ones. Okay, hang on a second.
You can talk about your personal stories at the tavern.
It's in storage. This Breath of Narcian. And I have 2 of these life skill masteries. Let me go ahead and just melt these down first, I suppose. Take a look. 61 plus 460. 491. Guess I'll wait. Taste the rainbow. Sorry, it's going through my mind when I saw red, green, blue.
The things you have, they have zero value.
Let's see.
Don't worry, and entrust anything you have to me.
Could make more Caphras, so I usually wait till you have 500 though. We'll do 60 of these. This is gonna sound really stupid, but I really, and I mean really, want to buy a bunch of black gems because I saved up to like 16,000, almost 20,000, and then I used them to make my 3rd set. I still haven't made the actual outfit, but I have a 3rd set for the new Verkant outfit, and I do want to make 3 of these. So, yeah, that was 42,000. I had to buy a bunch of them, but I'm debating on actually doing that as well. Just being like, yeah, I'll just do that. Let's see. This will be over 500, so 440, and then I'll just grab as sharps as I can. So yeah, for the most part, what you would want to do if you were doing hunting, if you wanted to get into it, my personal recommendation, if you can get a matchlock, a master one plus 10, go for it. I mean, do what you want to do at the end of the day. Like, some people will be like, well, I want to make a lot of money off of it. Marketplace fluctuates, and drop rate and RNG and all that stuff. You can have an insane hour with normal hunting, and you can have an insane hour with sniper hunting. It really just depends on your RNG, really. Let's say, for instance, my hour went a little bit differently, and I managed to get some Shadow Lion heads. Shadow Lion heads normally are like nothing, but if you upgrade them to the highest level possible, you're looking at making some really decent bank, 250 plus mil a pop. If I had gotten 4 of those, obviously I would need to make them, which would require like Breath of Narcian and stuff. So keep that in mind, that this is not a very easy thing to make. It also requires RNG and drop rate. So, but eventually you can get to a point where you just can make a ton of stuff. And that's kind of what life skilling is in a nutshell. If you're trying to get into life skilling, it's going to take some time before you actually start seeing the gains. The gains are not necessarily going to be as strong as just going and killing mobs at a grind spot for an hour. It'll be more like prime example. I recently just did a ton of Balanos meals, so I still have 336.7k right here, and then I have another 120k special ones to make into boxes. These boxes from this amount of meals, not including the Valencia ones here, are going to keep me tied over until February of next year. Yes, you heard me right. February 8th, if I remember correctly. Through the process, I did hit over my 450 goal for contribution points, so that's something. I now can sell 226 boxes a day, and it's going to make over 30,000 boxes. So it's a lot, but this, when all is said and done, this will be a total of over 40 billion profit, or at least 40 billion silver made through it all. Life skilling is not something that you see the immediate results of. It is something that takes time before you see the results of. So if you're wanting to get into matchlock hunting or sniper rifle hunting or hunting in general, just know that you're not going to be making huge amounts of money right out the get-go. You could with RNG, but the chances of you getting like a ton, and I mean a ton of stuff, it's hard to really say what's better. I can tell you that sniper rifle hunting, in my opinion, you get a little bit more black gems from normal hunting, like I just did. You could end up getting, you know, some heads that could give you a lot more money. Breath of Narcian, obviously, you need those. So it's kind of hard to say what's better, what's not, into the day, into discussions. That being said, this is something that I could sell. I think this would be like, what, 6 bill? I'm just going to demonstrate this. This is not what I made this hour. Yeah, 6.2 bill. But we're actually going to spend this on potential enhancements. I need to find the recipe. For those of you curious, what am I going to do here? Something that is insanely stupid. Just bear with me. It's insanely stupid. Pure titanium. I need more titanium. 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 Is this? Need 1,000. That's a no-go for me, Chief. How much would it be? Supposedly 3,000. Okay, well, guess I'm going to Heidel. I'm going to do some processing first, but I have this stupid goal of getting a Pen Manos accessory. And then from that Pen Manos, it would become a, I think it's a Nov or an Oct Prion. Because that would be better than just trying to cron and tap up my gear with little breakpoints. I'd rather just get very far, because like no matter what, I'm gonna have to spend concentrateds, I'm gonna have to spend crons, I feel like just hitting is in. I roll my eyes every time I say this, but just hitting a pen Manos would actually be cheaper, even though it probably isn't. You know. So, yep. Let's go to here, here. Processing mastery. Also, I want to call PA out on the carpet for this. You can only get one extra for free. If you want to get any more of, well, what are they called? Their artifact. You need to spend your real hard-earned money. You want one? That's good. You can, if you spent $45, you can get all 9 available. You can only get one for 300 loyalties. Which, for me, I had to make some sacrifices. Obviously, I'm a life skiller, so I just have all these presets. So, I got one for Alchemy Mastery. That was about it. Everything else is just kind of like all the stuff that I would realistically want to have here. But there are still other ones that I basically removed because I don't need. I reorganized is what I mean. But yeah. Fun times, man. Fun times. Not doing it.
If you have a lot of stuff, leave it with me. Within your allowed space.
Such criminal things that they're doing, honestly. Do I have... What am I missing? Processing mastery. This. Crystals. I was like, usually I'm over 2k. At 2.13. Go processing. We're gonna go heats. And then titanium. Even have... Second. I believe, yeah, Altanova. Can I take all that from Altanova, put that in my inventory? Find where it is. Nova. No. But if my horse was close enough. The Altanova. That's on Katie. I'm also going to need to move this vanadium as well at some point, so. Go, Medea. It's just there. There it is. Katie's inventory, put this in normal storage. Also noticed it's water thyme. I thought that was like wheat. I was like, how is there wheat over there? I don't get that. Is there any other ones? Vanadium is in Heidel, where it's supposed to be, and then titanium. All in Heidel. Okay. And I know before anybody says it, I know that I can have my workers deposited over here. I'm old school. Alright, just leave me alone. Also, I found this out. So let's say I'm in Odalita storage, right? And I go warehouse. It still shows Odalita storage. I don't know how many people didn't know that before. I didn't for like ever. And then recently I was doing something. I was just looking at a different storage than where I was at, like Dregan, for instance, hit warehouse, and I was like, what? So, hopefully somebody out there found that useful.
They may give you nice gifts in return.
Okay, we need melted titanium. I need to turn these into, well, from the shards. I need to turn that from shards to ingots, and then I'm going to need metal solvent, which metal. I don't have enough. And that I'm pretty sure I'm going to, gosh. Okay, I do have rough stones, so that's good. Iron shard. Plenty. Trace of nature. Trace of Nate. Grana, have plenty. Then I need clear liquid reagent, which I'm pretty sure I have enough. Yeah. So, might do some alchemy, okay. We're just going to do some life skilling, you know, a little bit of processing here and there. Hopefully you guys don't mind too much. I know that some people don't really like just waiting for stuff to happen. Trust me, I'm not a very patient individual myself. But this is all in the process of potentially hitting just hitting, rolling my eyes again, a Pen Manos accessory. And I've decided that the accessory of choice is going to be necklace. It goes up to an oct, if I remember correctly, yeah. There's a deck sitting on the market. Holy frick, dude. It's disgusting. This is an increase of 175. Plus 4% more life EXP as well. I just want to go up to here, honestly. I don't really care to get like absolute best. Even when I was doing life skilling for the longest time, I just settled on try Manos. I didn't go any further than that, so. Titanium ingots. That does give me enough, actually. Alright, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm going to grab my alchemy stuff. Alchemy. Mastery. Zoop. There we go. Gently fall down. We're gonna head over to a well real quick. I wasn't sure who that was. Really wish they would fix that turn because I can't go around it without stopping. Nothing else there right now. Really should have grabbed one of these though. Yeah, just a lot more XP really. I guess that's okay. I don't need it that badly. Okay, so to make this, I'm going to need 2000 CLR. This blue reagent CLR. I apologize. I am bad when it comes to this stuff. Like purified water's here. CLR is usually further down in the lists. I feel really stupid for not knowing where it is. There's no way, right? No way? Clear. There it is. 2000. Clear liquid reagent. Sorry. I'm not the brightest bulb. Serendia. I need melted iron right here. 6,000. Rough stone, 8,000. Maybe I should go one of these days out to Pilgrim's Haven again. Get some more. I can't carry that. Okay. 4,000. It's not going to work either. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, we'll just drink a Verter Draught. Hopefully that'll be enough. It's gonna be too heavy, isn't it? And then I need 4,000 traits of nature. Yep. Perfume, that's still gonna put me over, unfortunately. Heidel. Can't really move. Syrindia. Metal solvent. Last time I made this was when they had the other traces in the game. Traits of savagery, because did a lot of grinding at blood wolves. 1, 4, 3. That was fast. This is normal. I'm not used to this being that fast. Alright, fair enough. Is it maybe the cons art? It could be the cons art, actually. Alright, so I need to make a ton of metal solvent here. This should be as high as I can go for, yeah, almost 1900. Close. The weird part, right, is like if I put on my cook's clothes, I'm over 2,000. And my cook's clothes is also tet, and my ladle's also tet. So how does cooking get a little bit more when these give the same exact amount of mastery? Other than, now that I think about it and have said it out loud, I feel like an idiot. The biggest thing is that this is 46 and this is 8. So that does play a factor. Quite a large one, too. Not sure how much. According to this, this is saying I'm probably going to need like 2,000 metal solvents. And realistically, I think I only had like 100 or 700, so definitely I'm going to need it. In case anybody's wondering why I don't just buy metal solvents, it's not exactly cheap. This recipe is calling for 2,000. Yeah, it's a little pricey. So, trying to save about $1 bill, and I have the resources, so I might as well just make the metal solvent while I'm doing this. But hey, it'll be worth it. Here shortly, you watch. By the end of the stream, we're going to try to send a total of 10 necklaces. Provided they all, you know, don't take up too much concentrated black chips. They're going to take so much of them. I have 300 sitting in storage, 310 at least of the concentrated black gem stones. Oh, excuse me. And then what I'm making here is solvent for the titanium. That's going to be used to manufacture the Manos necklace. And then from there, you know, some people might say, well, you know, if you get a tet, you can always turn to pre-owned as well. You could, but it only goes to try. And going to try is, I might as well just crawl on that, honestly. So, the point of getting it to tet is to slap it to pen. To go from tet to pen, I think is over 2,000 cron stones if I wanted to cron it. I am of the mind that I just don't care, and I'll just full send it. If it goes pen, cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. No, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, this game sucks. I've known that for years. I'm just being a little bitter now. It's fine. Sorry, it's just going through my head. Villagers. I feel like I need to... Oh, I just remembered Manos processing stones. I don't know how many of those I have left. All my time out in the ocean. 154, okay. Because eventually that's going to be... I'm going to use... So for 10 necklaces, it's 50. I've already swung 10 necklaces. Or this will be 11 through 20 today. So that being the case... These are going to start... Excuse me, sorry. These are going to start being a financial drain. It's 5 mil a pop. So for 50, you know, it's going to be 250 million. And these at least are venderable. Like, you can purchase them from vendors, so it's not too bad. I'm trying to remember how else to get them. Jewelers. I know you can get them from sea monsters, so if I was doing sea monsters, I could probably do that. Crow coin coupon. I think, if I'm reading this right, you can get Mana Stone from 2 Crow coin coupons. Which Crow coin coupons, if I remember correctly, you get by exchanging Tier 1 goods? I don't quite remember. Why am I struggling to remember this? Oh, it's 10 crow coins. So I could do bartering to supplement my Mana Stone. So it costs 10 crow coins to buy this coupon. 2 coupons to buy a Mana Stone. So... let's say 50 times by 2, it's 100, so it would be 1,000 crow coins for the Mana Stones. That would actually be cheaper than spending silver. Because, yeah. Huh. But then that's a sink. So the way I'm looking at this, right, is there's going to be a sink somewhere, somehow. If it takes me more than like a week to get the resources required to make like 10 Manos necklaces, then it's whatever, because 1 day's worth of selling guru boxes, like cooking guru boxes or alchemy, that's going to cover the cost of the Mana Stones. I do an hour grind, that's like 40 necklaces, you know, if I get a bill an hour. So I'm trying to look at things from a perspective of there's a sink somewhere and I got to pay attention to it. Copyrighted content. Wait, sorry, I just got an email saying that the stream I just got done doing has copyrighted content. It's probably the music, let's be honest. Let's see. See details. Let me guess. Scattered and lost. Huh? Disable that for a second. So the section of the Celestial Resort Hotel, apparently, somebody's claiming is their music. But it's funny because it's by they're claiming it. The person who's claiming it is Muxuyoro, Scattered and Lost, but yet I'm pretty sure that that is not a name that shows up in the credits for the Celeste soundtrack. Just saying. I mean, I can always remove that section of audio, it's fine. Just about everything I do anyways can be considered copywritten, because none of the games I'm playing are games that I made. So 700. We're gonna need to take this up to 2,000. This will overmake for the time being. I don't need to make this much metal solvent, but I'm probably going to need to make more pure titanium crystals, because I believe pure titanium crystal, I believe, is used for a couple of the different recipes. Oh, just 2 of them. So necklace and belt. And then vanadium is going to be used in the other 2. Or I guess 4 if you really want to look at it like that. Rings and earrings. So titanium for these bottom 2 and vanadium for the top 4. Which is kind of annoying, but, you know, they could have done, like, the right and left side. So titanium for this side, vanadium for this side. But they chose not to do that. That was a decision on their side, I guess. Right, so I'm gonna need to go get some more rough stone here shortly. Look at how much weight I'm losing every recipe. It's like 2.1 roughly.
Yep.
Wild to me. Rough stone is quite heavy, so
Here to pick your item.
let's do what, like 4,000? Can I do that? No. No, I cannot.
Profession of hard working. This
I was looking to see if I had the whatchamacallit. Let's do another 1,000 of this if I can. The Verter Draught's gonna run out soon. Solvents, get to work making some of this. Yeah, this is kind of what I've been doing, honestly. Just setting up my character, do this, watch some YouTube on the side. Like, I have enough time right now, and I'm not going to do it because I'm streaming, but I could just, like, get up, go make some food, and then just, like, come back. And then by the time I come back, like, everything hopefully will be done. And then I can just continue. Set up, you know, go grab more items, finish the recipes out, you know. Gem polisher. Your powder reagent. So every single one of these, by the way, if you have a ton of ancient spirit dust, you can take 500 of it with 100 black stones with 1 pure powder reagent, this stuff here, to make 100 Caphras. I usually only do that recipe. For the longest time, I would wait until I get like 10,000 ancient spirit dust or something like that. Before the recipe existed, I would save up to like 10,000 ASD and then do the 10 recipe, just like leave it for like an hour or something. Like, it would be something that I would just be like, okay, we're just not gonna play for a little bit. But now with the 100 times recipe, if I saved up 10k, then, you know, it won't take that long. So I just don't really save up anymore. As soon as I can make 100 from 500 ASD, then I'll do it. So, which right now, I mean, across multiple characters and, well, Black Spirit Adventure, I don't quite have enough for 500. But I was thinking to myself, maybe I should start making more of this, but I'm making some passively. So, and I don't really get like a ton of Ancient Spirit Dust. I do get more raw Caphras than I do Ancient Spirit Dust anyways. Ancient Spirit Dust is just kind of a pity, is the way I look at it when it comes to Caphras. And Caphras are so easily accessible on the market. I mean, I literally have not bought anything in a long time just because I just don't really feel like it. And what I do buy, I'm very select on what I buy. I mean, yeah, sure, I did buy a bunch of stuff the last couple of days, but nothing that was over like 1 billion, you know, 300. In total, it was over 1 billion, sure, but even on top of that, like, Within the last 3 weeks, overnight fishing, I did get, I think it's the Megaloo. That's the 720,000 one. I got that fish like 3 times in 3 weeks. So every single night that I got that, it was, another 2.5 billion. So when I bought all that stuff, and why I bought all that stuff was for the Dream Horse, or I guess the Krogdalo. With that one, I just didn't have horse armor. So I bought all that stuff with the intention to make another set, and I did. I even spent the money to like rush the production, so I made the entire wind set for it. Because of them all, that was the one that I just had the most amount of stones for. Now that I look at it, there is this one, but yeah, I went with wind. I did need to go and kill a little bit of enemies over at Navarran Steppe, so I did need to do that. So, but I only needed like 40 or so, which is like nothing. The last time that I went and made the full wind set, I needed like hundreds, and that was painful, to say the least. So for right now, it's just, yeah, a little bit of processing here and there, alchemy, sell my cooking boxes, sell alchemy boxes once a day. If I feel up to grinding, I'll do that, but mainly I've been kind of just AFK fishing and just playing other games, doing other stuff. Right now, I mean, the 40 that I got here, that I could get this 150, which I'm going to. I kind of want to prioritize the big stacks, but then like other stuff. Do I really care? Not really. Memfrags, meh. Sharps could be good. Caphras, nah. And in the dim origin, these things is whatever. But the other stuff like the 100s, 90s, 80s, and 70s, these also could be pretty good. And they're relatively cheap compared to like some of the other stuff. So like right now I can get this 150 and 100, but I still want to get like the 90, 80s, 70s. Don't really care about Mass Pure Magic. I still have quite a bit of them. Yeah, over 3,000 at the moment, so not too concerned about it. Everybody watching, Offentet, Bulgasol, and Kutum are going to be spawning in 5 minutes. So, if anybody wants to get on the, bandwagon for like memfrags and stuff like this, yeah, it's relatively good. Not gonna lie, like 100 for 30. That's it's pretty decent. That's during an event, though. You know what you can do that will guarantee that you get a lot? You go to world bosses and you get this latent aura, and for every single one of these, you get one more. So every time a world boss spawns, let's say you can earn 5 throughout a day, you can get like 30 to 40 of these. That doesn't seem too bad. You do dungeons, for instance, one full run. You get, what is it called? The Kima Token of the Oath. This thing here. For one dungeon, you get 20 of these, which equates to 40. So you can get 120 for just like running all 3 dungeons, and you run it on tags, another 120. So I also am now seeing that there's a 10 times option. Don't know why they didn't just remove this, but whatever. Maybe they're afraid somebody has like a 1 sitting in storage or in their currency thing. I don't know. The other thing that I was doing that I really should get back to is these lovely things. I made 500 scrolls worth. So I'm going to start running these, get more memfrags, up to 58. So this is something I'm going to do at some point in my life. Well, sometime this week, because I need to do it before it expires. I think I unironically will actually go and get some food. Like make some food, just leave my character just enhancing here, or not enhancing. I just saw the enhancement notification. Just like doing some processing. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some food. I'm hungry. It's quiet. Too quiet. I'm back. Okay. 2,000 traits of energy. Is that half? It is half. Let's go Serendia 2,000. And I'm gonna need a total of 3,000 of this, but I can't do that. So 1,500. That works. Do more metal solvent. I did bring, or did go get some food. For anybody curious, I said I've kind of been having like this. Sometimes it feels like it's stuck in my throat, near my vocal cords. It's probably just like phlegm or something draining. So I went and made some ramen, some microwaved ramen, because I just was impatient. And I also have some seaweed nori that is spicy. So I hope to eventually burn whatever might be in my throat. Oh, it's kind of gross, but you know, I do what I gotta do to try to maintain this voice. Haha. Weirdly enough, the ramen that I'm going to be eating is soy sauce flavored. This is a new flavor for me. I've had chicken, I've had the beef, I've had various other ones like shrimp. Soy sauce to me seems kind of out there, kind of weird. And most of the time too, I wouldn't actually, I usually would drain the water after I cook it. And then just kind of have like the seasoning on the noodles, but this time I'm gonna actually enjoy the broth because I hope to burn whatever's in my throat, causing me to feel like crap today. And ran out of more durability. But I'm done eating my ramen, my microwavable ramen. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Usually I never burp into the microphone. That one just kind of came out of nowhere. Oh boy. Anyways. Alright, almost done. Still need like 1,000 crafts done, but got more than enough metal solvent for what I need to do right now. So what I'll do is I'll wait till this gets done. There we go. And then for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this and this on the horse, on Katie. Put the rest of these in storage. And then I'm going to take out... it says 2,000 metal solvents, so I'll take out 2,000 of this. Head over to Serendia, the idle storage. Then I need titanium ingots. I need 3,000 of these. Go ahead and swap over. And then I need to... what do I do? How do I do this? Is it simple alchemy? Heating. Heat these two together. I like how when I do that, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to turn to this person and do that. Is asking a question in guild that I am also very curious about, so I will do my best. They're asking for that Edania emblem stuff. I remember now. They go for a while. All right. 2 more weeks. Somebody got to answer it before I did. So 2 more weeks with it, not bad. I even remember told that recently. I was like, yeah, I wonder when they happen. I'm getting a 504 error gateway timeout. That's not good. You gonna refresh on me, or video codex is down, I think. Vel is also going to be today for anybody who wants to go to Vel. I will actually I'll attend it, but I'm not sure if I'll be still live at the time, because it's like 2.5 hours from now. I don't think I'm going to be alive for another 2 more hours, honestly. Yes, that was 539. I need 1,000 of these. I want Manos necklace. So I guess I'll just put this on a notepad. There it is. Because the video codex is just not working, so. Let's see. Pure titanium crystal. Is that what it's called? Yep. Time by 10 for 1, right? 100. And then powder of time. Times by 10. Nanos. Stone times by 5. Essence of nature times by 10. And scorched fragments times by 10. I called it ferment. Cool. And this is manufacture, of course. So go back to here, put this stuff away. I'm gonna need 1,000. I'm gonna need powder of time. There should be powder of time here in Grana. Actually, I do know it's in Tariff. All places. I'm gonna need Mano stones. So I'm gonna need 50. Essence of Nature, I did make a ton of these. I'm going to need 100. And then Scorch Fragments I have over in Belenos. This I'm going to need 100. Alright. Y'all ready for this? I gotta do a little bit of manufacturing, but... Sorry. I'm gonna let the joke just, you know, sit in the air. Had to. Wow. All right. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to craft all 10 of these. If it's a mistake, you know, if like the third one goes up to pen, I'm just rolling my eyes. I'm not sure about you guys can't see it because no webcam, but if you know, if the third one for whatever reason goes pen, then the other 7 afterwards, I guess I could sell or maybe tap up to try or something and then, you know, attempt to sell them on market. How much does a Manos necklace go for at try anyways? Maybe like 5 bill. Tet, I mean, it goes for like 20. There's 18 for a pre-order, I suppose. Nobody's buying a pen because why would they buy a pen? That's just stupid. Oh, the one actually sold. Wait. 235. 235 hasn't happened yet. Unless this is UTC time. But that's still... Eh. It is currently 225. Is it in registration queue? No. That was a plus 10 on the advance, though. That's pretty cool. Now I'm even more confused. Because it's saying recent transaction was today at 2:35. It is currently 2:26. Just turned 26. So... how? Unless it's UTC time. Because, I mean, if that's the case, UTC time would actually be... 0 UTC is in 2 hours, 20 or 34 minutes? So this, you know, like 6 o'clock UTC time, that would have been last night, 11 p.m. And then this one would have been like 7 o'clock yesterday. So if it's UTC time, that makes sense. But yeah, it's that tripped me up for a minute. Alright, got 3 more to make here. If I do run out, just so you guys know, I will not be... I can't use these on them at all. If I do run out of black gems, there's no saving me here, but I could potentially, you know, get some here and then, you know, buy like sharps, for instance, or I have some sharps. Not a whole lot left, but I could do some of it. I also have recently just been trying to like use up my dice, so like here and there. Probably should have done this when I went AFK to do my ramen. Oh well. Because you can get sharp bundles as well as like normal sharps. So this does help out quite a bit. It's you know, I log in, you know, I keep the game open practically 24/7 unless there's maintenance, and then it's like the only time I don't really have it open because workers. But yeah, which reminds me actually, I do need to get more brass at some point. For now, I'll just buy 5k, and then when this last one gets done, I'll put that in storage.
I can organize perfectly. Here.
It's over here. And then, actually, I should just be able to hit repeat. Repeat. There we go. Brass ingot times by 5. That's what I want to see. Alright. A lot of Manos necklaces. Y'all ready for this? Wait, hold on. Off to a great start, I know. There we go. Enhancing session. So obviously, fail stacks don't matter on any of this, if I'm going to be honest. I could use Kronstone. The point of this is to go straight up to pen. If I get a try or a tet, I will also hit it. So I'm in this menu and I look, my tablet starts buffering like crazy. Stop that. I didn't drop any frames, so, but here we go. I'm going to do what I usually do, which is just skip enhance everything. So if this pains you, it pains me even more because I'm losing a lot of resources. So here we go. Right click, thank you. I've noticed my mouse has been kind of failing on right clicking sometimes. Oh, this is a pity try from last time. There, we burned it. Things are looking great, aren't they? Ay. So that was about 190 of these with 10 necklaces just gone like that. That's a lot of money for anybody curious. It's a lot of money. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Alright, so that being done, like a bandage ripped right off, I do need to look. How does one make brass? Brass ingots. That's a design. Copper and zinc, it says. Yep, copper and zinc. Okay. Copper. I have a ton of copper in Velia. Zinc. A lot of it's in Valley. Okay, so I need to go to Valley for it then. Before I do, though, I'm going to finish out the rest of this. Which means I'm going to need... It's 503.
Organized perfectly. Here. What should be here?
Give me a second. I need to run some numbers here. It's 503 recipes worth. No. Oh, I've gotten 3 from... Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I need 500 recipes worth. We'll do melted iron shards, which is over in Serendia. 8 is titanium. 100. And then 2,000 rough stone. Alright. Let me go and finish the rest of my alchemy here. Alchemy. Activate the... Well, Con Heart's already going. Alchemy Mastery. Metal Solvents. Do this. Cool. This will basically get it ready for future when I need more metal solvent to make more of the titanium or vanadium crystals. I just need to make a lot more of stuff like metal solvent anyways. It's such a pain to get and like make, so I might as well have a stockpile for when I need it next. So if I feel up to it, if I want to go hit some rocks, I can go out to Pilgrim's Haven and do that at some point. Let's currently 2:30 p.m., 2:33 my time, Pacific, for anybody curious, Pacific time zone. I am feeling very tired because, like I said, I got up like 4 o'clock this morning or something. I'm also trying to cut out caffeine, and it's having some negative effects, mainly just being lethargic and tired a lot of the day, so trying my best to be alert, aware, and just kind of like doing things, keeping busy, if you will. It has not been going as easy as you might think, because there's like, at a certain point of the day, I just get so tired. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna crash, and I don't really like it. I don't really like it. So, for the most part, all I've been really trying to do is just try to, bide my time, really. With maintenance being tonight, when I get done playing here, I'm probably, like, do I even want to AFK fish? I don't know. My whole rant on that, if you guys will indulge me for a second here, why I absolutely hate AFK fishing. I hate the idea of it because it's a lazy way to play the game. There's a person that I know who started playing this game back in January. Granted, they've done a little bit of, what is it called? They did season characters and such. They almost have like 730 gear score, which is where I'm at, 728. Been working on that since, I started playing like back in 2019, I want to say it was. They're almost at like 720 gear score, 730. And all they've really done is just fished. That's it. That's all I've done. And it makes me just furious that fishing is just so viable, and it's just so like, turn your brain off, don't play the game. And why would I hate that, you might be asking? Well, two things. One, Pearl Abyss, they have to report back to their stockholders how many people are playing their game. So when they create an artificial, let's say, artificial way for people to, I don't know, log in and play the game more often, and profit off of it, or let's see, it's not here anymore, is it? They've also given out well, actually, this item, somebody just linked it in chat. The Grandpa Kron's fishing rod. When they offer this for people to buy, and it's like, oh yeah, $10 or whatever, some people be like, yo, that's a steal, so they buy it, and then they, buy this to upgrade their current fish tank. They get themselves a little papu or a little otter. It's like, it's disgusting to me, because these are people that, well, at least there's a pretty cool like decoration item. That's kind of cool. There are people that are just so desperate to just not play the game but make gains. Like, any way they possibly can, they will. Last night, total, because I woke up like middle of the night, went over and like did some stuff. I think I gathered some cedar sap this morning, when I just couldn't go to sleep. And then I sent my character back up to fish. In total, I think I netted like 400 million silver. Nothing crazy, right? Maybe like a total of 8 hours or something. It was not very long. Okay, that's not too bad. But I'm logged in, and Pearl Abyss is going, oh, there's one extra person logged in. We can tell our stockholders and our shareholders, whoever, that we have that one extra person logged in. Now, granted, for me, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really count, even though it does, because I'm like logged in 24/7 whenever the game's not in maintenance. But the fact that they're doing this as a way to make money off of people by incentivizing not playing their game, they are still being able to say, oh yeah, we still have over 10,000 concurrent people playing the game right now. Inflated numbers, exactly. That, hey, Toka, how's it going? That's exactly why I hate fishing for what it is, because it's become this thing where people who don't want to play, who don't want to grind, they're still playing, and it makes them look good. Like, their game's still doing well. That's the main reason that I hate fishing. That is the thing. And from the start of this year, I set out on the adventure to get my 3 tier 10 horses. I was at least AFK horse training, which is actually working towards something. So all these people are like, yo, fishing is legit, dude. You should be doing that every night. I don't know why you're not fishing. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to go to, like, get horses, dude. Like, you just, you know, don't play the game. I'll grind it an hour tomorrow and I'll make more than what you made overnight. Like, I absolutely despise PA for what they've done. And it was around the same time period too. They also did another thing dirty, level down tickets. If you don't know what these are, they're exactly what they sound like. You level up your horse. You didn't like the roll that you got, you can level them down. And people who were like min-maxing their dooms or min-maxing their peggies and all that stuff. I saw somebody had over 250 of these. I think it's good for those who burn out, but don't want to completely quit playing. That is fair. That is fair. I started getting into AFK fishing and training and stuff like that just so I can kind of keep going. But realistically, I just slept in a bed for years just to regen my energy and then turn into potions. So, plus I'm always like, my workers got to keep working. So, but I get it too. Not everybody has a worker empire. Not everybody is, you know, has 600 energy, you know, complete no life skiller. Some people are just like, I only play the game like 2 hours a week because of job and family life. And, you know, AFK fishing does net me more money than just actively playing for those 2 hours. And to those people, I say, good on you. You know, play the game however you want to. But I really hate PA for their way that they're like messing with players. I don't like how the new pay to win rod are basically required. If you fish without it, you're griefing. Yeah. It's really stupid. I will say, somebody did the math. I don't know if it changed because it's old information, but a triple float, somebody was able to fish 8 full hours, or one person actually reported 12 hours with a triple float. There are 2 weekly quests that you can do, so you can get a total of 6 of these a week. So at the very least, that's something as like a budget version of it. But yeah, I really hate the idea of fishing as it is. That being said, I still do fish, and the main thing is I like to fish next to people that are friends and that sort of thing. So somebody in the guild I'm in just posted they made 1.9 billion silver. It's after 21 hours of fishing. Speaking of, I don't mind. It's one of those things that if you don't have time to play the game, sure. For us, sure, but for PA, it makes them look like their game is more popular than it actually is, and it really annoys me. I would love for them to buff active fishing. Now, see that? Now we're talking. Because there are people that... hotspot fishing, yep. There are people that do actually go. I have some friends of mine who take either guild boat. Now they got Carax now, but back when they didn't have their Carax, they would actually go out on the guild boat and they would actually go hotspot fishing together. It was kind of fun to watch them not only just do that themselves, but also like hear their stories, how much they made and stuff. But hotspot fishing, definitely. I mean, that's my issue, right? Is like fishing became god tier in terms of like passive money, but the rest of life skilling just wasn't messed with. Now, don't get me wrong, we don't need another trading incident. We really do not. Like, we do not need PA to fix or adjust that. Like, gathering can stay how it is. It's totally fine. It doesn't need to change. We don't need a trading version 2.0. We don't. We don't need the system to completely implode on itself. And they kind of were helping with training a little bit, because they did do like the whole thing where you can get a horse, a female horse that was breedable up to 4 times. You can get a horse that would Imperial deliver for like twice the amount of money. They did do some things, some quality of life for training, being able to like get the infinite catching rope. This one you had to get after getting, I think, all 3 tier 10s, getting the Crocodile Sanctuary, which to me is just kind of pointless at this point to even get this, but you know, infinite salt lick essentially, or raw sugar. But things in my opinion that could use a buff, I would probably say even potentially bartering a little bit. Like bartering the 25 million for ocean goods. I mean, it's okay, but you're not going to be making like fishing money equivalent, and you're time gated, and you can only do so much bartering in a day. Farming could definitely use a bit more, but I also don't know like how good farming actually could be. Trading is dead. We all know that. Training is actually pretty good right now, I would say. Processing just kind of depends on what you're processing. Alchemy, cooking, those are like your 2 big things. Gathering and hunting are the 2 ways that you get the items needed for cooking and alchemy. And then fishing, I've already complained enough about. So, yeah, they could use a little bit of work on some of these, but realistically, I think where they're all at, they're all pretty good right now. It's just fishing, in my opinion, is a little overtuned. I didn't even touch upon it either. They have, where is it? I've never actually looked for it. Is that our fish guide? Yeah, weekly fishing contest. They have that. Bartering, gathering, farming, and cooking could use a buff. I could see that on bartering and gathering for sure. Cooking, I've seen people, they can make like 5-6 billion silver a day from like just making meals and then selling them on market. So like unironically, I think cooking is okay, but you do need to kind of know the market and kind of do need to do a bit of work. Like fishing, you can just set up and then just not be okay. But cooking, I think, is actually in a pretty good spot, because there are people that do actually make 5-6 billion silver a day. Farming definitely though. And gathering's kind of like in a weird spot for me, because they did make it to where like Agris is actually pretty decent with it. And then if you have like the Land of the Morning Light gathering mini games, like gathering could be really, really lucrative for what you're doing. I would say that they do need a little bit of tweaking, like in comparison to doing absolutely nothing, brain dead, just hit spacebar, walk away from your computer for 24 hours, come back, sell fish, make 3 billion silver or something stupid. Yeah, that to me is like, no, that you shouldn't be allowed to make that sort of money. But that's how do you balance that? I don't know. Even some alchemy products you can actually make pretty good bank on too. Most of my stuff anyways goes to boxes, and then, you know, I sell them over the course of months, so. Oh man. Then you also have to factor in like value pack and tax on the market and all sorts of other variables for selling on the market. So at the end of the day, I mean, it really comes down to personal preference. Some people will say, oh yeah, making Valencia meals, like gathering all the materials, selling them on the marketplace is actually worth it. Other people like myself will say, well, actually I can make a lot more money long-term by just selling cooking boxes. So I would box them and then sell the boxes. So it really comes down to personal preference, what you want. Life skilling, I always try to tell people, it's the thing that you set yourself up for months. It's not the thing that you do that you want immediate gratification, immediate results. You want that, go grind. Don't do gathering. Don't do life skilling at all. Hearing the sloshing of my character with like the little alchemy jar jug thing is just making me so thirsty. I can definitely tell there's something going on in my throat. I don't know if it's like a laryngitis or something. I might need to start drinking a lot more like tea, warm drinks to kind of melt that stuff. I just hear the sloshing. That's all I'm hearing. This is one of those moments where it's like, if I wasn't streaming, I'd be watching YouTube videos because I just can't handle hearing just slosh, slosh, slosh. Okay, we're done. Thank goodness.
I never leave this store.
Pull this stuff away. There we go. I guess what I'll do, I keep trying to hit control and it doesn't keep giving me my mouse. Rock post, I'm not going to worry about that. Let me do this on my Mewa. Let's grab my sanctuary. I'm going to run around and do my Dark Rift bosses before the end of the stream. I'm debating on hold on. You have one job, Pearl Abyss. And that's not to crash every 5 seconds. Yeah, I know, rip. Give me a second. We'll do. I at least want to do the Dark Rift bosses before I get off. So annoying. Alright, let's get my authenticator. Type in my number real quick. Start game. Like, there are so many things that PA could just fix with their game. I don't know how, like, what causes the game to just say unable to connect when you go to character hop? I don't know. I feel like by now, I mean, the game's been out for over 10 years. It's happened, as far as I know, since I started playing, like, 6 years ago. Definitely over 10 years old, so, like, come on, PA. And I know that they may not be able to, like, port everything over to, like, Unreal Engine 5 or, you know, a more modern game engine, but still, come on. All right, loading the title screen. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot here, so I don't really care if you guys actually see what server I go into at this point. Out to my Mewa. Also, this is just like a minor thing that annoys me. So most of my characters are either at max height or fairly close to max height. And for some reason, my Kuno, whenever I go to do any dye work on her clothes, go to like the pearl shop to like buy stuff, whatever, it's like the top half of her head is cut off. Or even like if I hit, I think it's, actually I can't do it, can I? Oh, I can. So like when I go to character customization, my Kuno's like face is just like halfway off the screen. Roll shop, same thing. Like here, okay, it's like the very top of my Mewa's head, but on my Kuno, it's like this or like this. Just one of those things that kind of irritates me. But I guess it's what I get for having tall characters. Right. So we're going to start over at Farid and work our... Okay. I was right-clicking and it wasn't doing it. That's cool. We're going to hit the warp speed here. Oh, gosh. A little bit of lag, too, while we're at it. Join my pet group to my grind one. Crunchy audio. It's like it's struggling to load everything. Don't stun me, rude. Take out, call. Alright. Red Nose is not up there. Oh, he's down here, okay. I'm low-key kind of waiting for the day that I go to do my Dark Rifts and I get the Merchant Ring piece. 1 of 5, I should say. Oh, hitting the warp drive a little too hard there. I don't know what it is about, like, trumpets. I really enjoy music with trumpets. There's like 3 different instruments that I really like. One instrument I really like actually really like, is piano. Piano with a violin accompaniment is just, to me, it's peak. There is also something very nostalgic because I grew up listening to a lot of like rock, kind of classic rock kind of stuff. So like singular guitar, like electric guitar with drums, there's just something magical about that as well. But trumpets, piano, violin, those are like, I'd say in no particular order, probably piano, violin, and then trumpet in that order. Those would probably be my 3 favorite. I feel like he's dying much slower this time. Am I missing something? No, I'm not. Facts. Why do you feel like he was tankier? That don't make no sense. It's also been like a week since I went and battled any of these guys, but still. Yes, thank you. I think Red Nose is dying a lot faster. Muskin is, of course, not anywhere nearby because he wants to be difficult. Wait, what is this? I heard there's going to be a night vendor event with Edania that lets you get Garmoth's pet from it. I think there's a Dura one in there. Huh. This is why I pay attention to patch notes, not necessarily like rumor mill type stuff, because, I mean, who knows? And the person who said that also then said, I don't know if I would want to waste 2 bill on that. That's like 2 nights of AFK fishing, my guy. That kind of annoys me that I could joke about that. Sure. Yeah, why was Big, like, he had some extra DR or something. I don't know what was going on with him. Everybody else is dying super fast. Not bad, I know. I mean, a pet, even if it's 2 build, I mean, that's a pet, you know? I'll definitely check it out. I mean, it might be incentivizing people to actually go to Edania, like the new region. I might at least check it out, but I can't guarantee that I'm actually going to go kill mobs there. Okay. This guy's aiming for Pen Sovereign sub day 1. Good luck, my dude. Did I hear about the armor? I've heard that you need 2 Tet Fallen Gods, and that they are going to allow Tuvala armor to be turned into deck, kind of like how the main weapons were, so you can actually get a Tri-Fallen God from a deck Tuvala armor. If I heard that correctly, if there's anything else that you might know, feel free to share. That's what I've heard. Whether or not it's true. My life skill there, can't grind any of the spots. Is there even confirmed going to be life skilling stuff? Like, I joked about it. Like, what are we going to do? Hunt succubi there? Like, let me get my matchlock ready. Time to go hunt some demon ladies, boys. You know, like, I don't, I don't know what they could add life skill wise. I mean, there's obviously going to be like new harmony draughts and stuff. So who knows? Maybe there's going to be some extra trees and stuff you can go and gather from, but Kaffir sap, I think. Okay. Like ancient spirit dust? Or like a brand new... Okay, Kaffir sap, gotcha. New item. I'll take a look at the patch notes for sure. Maybe I'll go over them on stream if I feel up to it. I don't know. I used to do that on like day 1 patch. Leave my horse alone, rude. Brand new ingredient, okay. Fair. I'm definitely interested to see, because kind of being, well, kinda, I say, being a life skiller focused individual, like life skill first, that's how I've always been, so I'm really interested to see what could be new there. I'm not gonna fight other life skillers for it, like, if they want the spot, I don't really care. Our market is tanking, yeah. I think a lot of people are selling their Tri-Fallen Gods, or Tet, I don't remember what it is. People are selling something to then just like save up to just cron a deck armor to then get Tri and then, you know, cron it up to a Tet. People be wild like that. I'm gonna stick with what I have. 10k cron stones that I'm getting currently from the like login rewards. I'm probably gonna swing on a Tet or like Tet Fallen God, but realistically I might just say screw it and just work on my Labresca, Aetors, and Dawn's gloves, like the other 3. Get them all up to Tri and then start swinging on the armor to Tet. I think that's more or less, because I was gonna go for Tet Fallen God, but I think I'll just, any hammer I get, I'll swing on that, and then other crons I'll just swing on the other armor. It's 600 cron stones cheaper, and yeah. I'm almost at pity for one of my tries, so might as well. I think I'm like 5 away. Good luck, appreciate that. I know the Labresca may actually go on pity, which is like whatever. I'm using a 280 stack now because I'm trying to push it before it goes, but I might change it to a 250 and then just Maybe push it up a little bit. Pitied one of my tries, felt terrible. I've pitied quite a few things at this point. I pitied a life skill tool. Which one was it though? I want to say it was my riding crop. Maybe it wasn't. Might have been my riding crop. We were raw tapping. I mean, at least it went on a raw tap versus a cron. Like, when you finally get the pity up due to cron, that, to me, it feels worse. At least with a raw tap, you're just like, eh, whatever. It goes, it goes, doesn't, it doesn't, but... Not that that's any real solace, but... I want to say it was my riding crop. If I go look at my Kuno's inventory real quick. Auto arrange. I think... I'm pretty sure this went on a pity, which... For that, it's 35. If it wasn't this, I don't remember what it was. I remember something went, though. Nothing worse than being 13, 15 and crawling and it goes. I mean, at least it went, you know? It's still painful, but at least it went. Let's see. Just let me suffer till the end. The game said no. It said not allowed. Not in my house. And then, you know. I mean, the way that I look at it, and maybe it's a bit flawed, but, you know, silver lining or whatever, but there is that part of me that's like, at least you were able to save some of your cron stones for, like, attempts that really could use those cron stones, so yeah, at least you got a good stack out of it. Yeah, it's still, it all feels bad. Like, at least there's a pity system now, you know, that's something that often gets overlooked. Like, even to get like the 3 tier 10 horses here, like it used to be a 3% period. When the Doom finally went on like 26, it was 8.4%. So, you know, that's something that often gets overlooked when it comes to these things. I probably shouldn't leave my Meiwa here. Let's head back to idle. So that's something that obviously gets overlooked here and there. I'll just well because it's faster. At least there's a pity system for these things now versus, you know, years ago when there wasn't. And you just had to get lucky, as annoying as that was. BDO could be so good if they took notes from other MMOs. I'll be honest, the combat system in BDO, in my opinion, is like one of the very best in terms of MMOs. Like playing Dance Dance Revolution on your keyboard while, you know, killing monsters. That to me feels really, really satisfying and gratifying. But the, like, relentless, tiresome slog that is enhancing living in Cron City, as I've been calling it, it like that just, that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel gratifying. And when something finally goes for me, I'm almost like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it's not even something I get super excited about. Played years of ESO before finding BDO. I never really got into ESO, truth be told. I did play it for a little bit. I don't know what the enhancement system was like over there because I don't remember getting that far into the game, but I had some friends that were playing it. They're like, you should check it out. So we played together, and then they wanted to do PvP, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. But I also didn't really like ESO because it kind of falls in the same vein that World of Warcraft did for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, just constantly hitting numbers instead of, you know, like a combo like this feels super good to do and orchestrate. And it's better than just being like 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was like the main reason why ESO never really appealed to me long term, but that's just like personal preference. I will admit though, the little bit of time I did play ESO, the like quote unquote life skilling stuff, like scribing, I loved scribing. I thought that was really cool. It definitely had some cool things going for it that I could see myself playing long term, but it was also like Skyrim world, and I wasn't really super into Skyrim, so. ESO was my first MMO. It holds a special place in my heart. Nice. I want to say in the loosest context of the word MMO, I want to say my first one ever was Toontown Online, for what that's worth. That was a while ago. Back when Disney actually cared about it before they shut it all down forever. You don't want to talk about it. But I started playing it because of Skyrim. Yeah, a lot of my friends were into it because of that. I vaguely remember it. So you had a character. This is where, like, for some people, when they say, "Oh yeah, I'll just get my alt tune," I just go Toontown because your main character was considered a toon. You had practical jokes, also known as gags, that you would use to attack robotic like androids, and you would inflict joy onto them, and they would like explode when, like, actually blow up when you did enough damage to them through those gags. So it was a very fun game, don't get me wrong, but I think that was like my first iteration of an MMO. But you kind of just did your own stuff, and if people were nearby that, you know, to help, wait, I wanted to fail you. Then, like you're running down a street, you see a building's been taken over, you can go and then go take over the building yourself, or, you know, try to recruit other people on the street. You could become friends with people and like send them whispers like, hey, you know, I need your help to like take care of this cog building and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But then Disney just was like, Toontown doesn't make enough money from subscriptions, so we're going to cancel it. But we're going to keep Club Penguin. So I wasn't too happy. I was very salty about that, but, you know. So if that counts, that was probably my first one. If we're talking like more of an adult, not kid-friendly one, then I would say it was probably World of Warcraft, not World of Warships. I always confuse those two. I'm going to set up to do some processing here. Horse is not close enough. Hang on. It's the bodysuit. Zinc. I have 200,000 zinc ore in tariff. Are you serious? Copper ore is also about the same. Okay. How do I have so much in tariff? I could swear I just cleaned that out, like, well, I want to say a couple of months ago. I guess I've made that much zinc ore since then. It's kind of wild, actually. There's so many people here just like AFK processing. My people. Okay. Yeah, I should probably do. It's like zinc to copper, right? It's 1-to-1. It's 25-25 for, I think, 5 brass or something like that. It's something. But being a guild, I do miss the MMO aspect. Not much of it in BDO. Yeah, it's true. The guild I was in before, I was in their guild from like March to middle of July. And since middle of July, I've kind of just been freelancer pretty much. Until recently when a buddy of mine reached out and was like, hey, we're trying to get the guild back, you know, and it's been about a year since I was in the guild that I'm in now. It's Energy Tonic now. There's some good folks over there, and we're kind of like getting some of the crew back together again. But I remember when I was like completely just solo, like the amount of people, I joined many different Discords. I'm friends with a lot more people now as a result of just like going solo. There's a Discord where people, they do guild bosses and they do murking for Con specifically. And just being able to murk for Con, do guild bosses with all these other people and stuff, that's probably like right where other MMOs get it right for like group content type stuff. Because that's about the extent you can really expect in Black Desert, is like murking for other guilds for stuff. You get to meet a variety of different people. The system, in my opinion, is not the greatest in terms of alliances or anything like that. It's one of the worst systems I've ever experienced in an MMO. Granted, my experience is only like 3 MMOs prior to Black Desert, so. But I totally agree with what a lot of people say, because it's just, it feels bad. This guild I was in became an AFK fishing guild. There would be 3 to 5 people who played actively daily. Yeah. That's like one of the things I was complaining about earlier with the whole, you know, fishing being OP. Actually, large fishing guild mission was always running. Yeah. It's really a shame, honestly. Like, people just don't want to have to work. That's just kind of a mainstay of modern day society, really. People just don't want to work. They don't have a good work ethic. They don't want to like strive for excellence or anything like that. And as a result, I mean, it's bled over to every aspect of life, including games. So people are just like, you know, I just don't want to grind 14 hours a day. And I get it. I don't want to grind that either. But, you know, for the longest time, I'm like, if I'm going to make money, if I'm going to make bank, I might as well, you know, work hard for it. Now, some of the things, like, some people will say I'm a hypocrite in some regards because, you know, I make a bunch of cooking boxes. You know, I sat, did a little bit of AFK process or AFK cooking for hours and hours, 100,000 recipes. That's a long time. These boxes, this isn't even all of them either. This is only like, I don't know, 1/4 of it, maybe 1/5. I'll have enough boxes that'll keep me tided over until like February 8th when all is said and done. And all it takes is not even 5 minutes to log in, sell boxes, and we're done. I at least worked hard to make these boxes, though. Some people just don't even want to do that. They'll just buy meals off the marketplace, make boxes, sell them, and then complain it takes them that long to make boxes. So the whole concept of AFK fishing versus like actual rewarding progression of just like, I'm going to log in, I'm going to grind for like 3 hours today. It feels bad because I'm not making what Garmal says I need to make. But, you know, I at least have fun and I enjoy it. That aspect of the game kind of was shot. It was dragged out in the backyard and shot because they're like, would you like to have this fishing rod? It's good. And everybody bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Pun intended. It's just, it's one of those things that I absolutely despise, but nothing I can do. Can't beat them, join them, but I mean, it's, if they could safeguard that, like if they could safeguard that a Migaloo is caught every 1,000 fish, right? Then we all can say, well, at least there's a great equalizer. At least it's fair and even. I'm sure that's why they haven't come out with a Manos rod. I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do anything extra, like even a harpoon or like an extra float. There's a lot of people that say like no float is better, so I'm just like, okay, I guess I'll do it too. But I don't see them coming out with a like different fishing rod anytime soon, because if I'm going to be completely honest, I feel like they got their money's worth off of people buying the Grandpa Cron ones. Like, if they come out with a Manos one and they charge real life money, it's going to cause a lot of issues. But because they're like, oh, I have this Grandpa Cron one or the Cool Wind rod or whatever, right? It's no harm, no foul, because it's not a Manos one. And I don't see them coming out with a Manos one. Like, I'm surprised that they haven't come out with like pre-owned other like tools, you know. I just recently tapped this up, so now I have the original 6 up to pen. All of these are tapped by myself. Just, you know, humble flex here, but it's one of those that I'm very surprised that they haven't said, oh, let's upgrade pre-owned stuff. Because if they do, I'm gonna have to get a butcher knife up to pre-owned and get, you know, probably upgraded all the way. They're definitely satisfied, yeah. Butcher pre-owned tools are coming. I hope not. I hope you're wrong, but I know better. I know. Like the fishing chair and stuff. Like I'm not gonna say friends. I know people that are so lazy they just cannot be bothered. Somebody once said, I just don't want to have to gather logs to get this fishing chair because it needs like standardized timber square, I think. STS. Yeah, sturdy timber square, excuse me. 10. That's all you need. 10. They won't do it. How hard is this to get? Well, you need standardized timber square and plywood hardener. You can probably buy plywood hardener off the marketplace, but standardized timber square, good luck. You're going to need to go get logs yourself. People just won't get this. It will take them at max, and I mean max, if you're not using Agris, if you're not using Land of the Morning Light, it might take you 3 hours, if even. If you're using all that stuff, you can probably get it done in an hour. There's always another step on the ladder. Yeah. I do believe that there will be like upgraded stuff, but Manos has been like the thing for the longest time, so I don't know when or at all. I made another 10 bill from making Manos hunting bags. Hunting bags, yeah, I can kind of get behind. Like they're not too hard, honestly. Like leather glaze damage hide, I can probably make hundreds of the, well, maybe not hundreds, but I can definitely make dozens of these right now. And send them to try. Nice. Yeah, I mean they're not that hard to make, but you type in Manos, for instance, you go looking at tools. I mean, there's apparently 42 butcher knives. That's kind of cool. But like, I remember when some of these, like butcher knife, for instance, was like 15 bill, 20 bill. They just, yeah, you know, even like 3 months ago, 15. That's still, I would not be selling a pen at that, honestly. But fishing chair, let's go take a look, shall we? Oh, there's no pen pre-orders. I'm kind of surprised, kind of offended actually. 486 tets though. Try 134 duos prize. Let's see, what was the other one? Like ladle. There's at least a pen sitting, so that's cool. 76 or 15. It's not too bad. It's either AFK or grind. It really is, man. Flask. I can see Flasks having some pre-orders. Yeah, there's 2 pre-orders for pens. Tet, there's 1. Try 5. You can see where people are at. They all want this stupid chair because it's just easy to set up and walk away. Where is it? I was gonna look at something else, but I've already forgotten. Oh. Yeah, over 1 million. That's not happening. Timber. Because this will do, yep. Sturdy. 23,370. You can only have 100 at most. Standardized timber square. Almost 500,000. 500 is the most you can do. Like, it's not that hard. And I even had somebody tell me, because Abilene over here, this is the NPC, you have to do like some reoccurring quests from him to get the chair as well. They were just like, it's so hard to do. I'm like, it took me like 30 minutes to do it. Like, huh? If you had bad RNG, maybe an hour, but that's if you're like also not really that active. I don't understand that there are people that are just like, I just don't want to do it. Like, if you don't want to enhance, I get that. I understand that, you know, to a degree. But even getting it up to like try is fairly easy to do. Like, it'll cost some memfrags, sure, but like you're not doing content that kind of gives you passive money that you can just buy memfrags. Or in my case, I made a bunch of scrolls, the Pila Fey ones, so like this is going to net me quite a few memfrags. This is a 500 scroll written in ancient language worth, so you know, about 100 of them. Like, you can't even be bothered to just spend like 2 bill on mem fragments as you're enhancing up. Like, what? I feel like I've heard every excuse when it comes to this game of people not wanting to get stuff. It's not hard at all in Torpedo Quest. You don't even have to wait a week to do it again. Exactly. Like 30 minutes at max, maybe an hour or two. But that is literally an excuse that I've heard somebody tell me. I just don't want to do it. It'll take too long. Okay, dude, whatever. It's just there. I just look at it and go, you know, I could make a ton of those chairs and just sell them. Like, do I want to though? Like, it would fuel an addiction. 2.9 billion silver, 486 pre-orders for this thing. Most of the cost is actually in enhancement stacks and probably the actual like concentrated black gems. Like, to hit it up to a tet, I would say it would probably be like an 80 to 120, I think is what the range usually is. So like, how much is an 80 stack? You know, it's, I don't know. It's not that expensive though, but 2.9 billion for, you know, resources that are lying around for me, I could totally make like 10 of these, and that's, you know, 29 billion silver sitting there. I don't think Ted is worth it. I'm debating if even try is worth it. Would try be worth? I mean, if you one tap it, I suppose Ted could be worth it. But I don't know. I'm also the idiot who this is a whole story. The Manos Processing Stone, when they first came out, because they were like 6 individual stones. No crons? Yeah. I think so. Do I still have the other one? I'm pretty sure I do. When they took it from the 6 processing stones and changed it to the 1, they gave everybody, okay, so I still have like 10 left over. They gave everybody sealed versions of Manos Processing Stones based on whatever level it was. So of the 6 stones that I had, you know, like drying, heating, grinding, shaking, I don't remember all of them. They gave 6 sealed ones. And if you opened it up, you basically got it. So I opened up a Tet, I believe, and I kept that one. And all the other, or no, I opened up a Try. Because I think I had 2 Tet and 4 Try, or the other way around. I don't remember. The other ones were, you could sell to vendors for whatever the cost was on the market. So essentially you could sell the stone for non-taxed money. I was like, yo, that's sick. So then I made 40. I took the money from those and I made 40 Manos Processing Stones. I have not sold a pen, but I did tap a pen, which is what I'm currently using. But I've also like sold another 30 or so at like Tet. So those were all raw taps as well. No crons for those. So For me, I could see going for like Tet Manos chairs. Like you get a bunch of them up to pry, repair them all up, and then just like tap them all up to try, then just like Tet roulette them, sort of a thing. I could see it being worth it. But 486 of them, like one person, it's going to take one person months to clear that. And in the end, is it really going to be worth it? I mean, you're using sharp shards, which are up to like 7 mil now, just about. Let me just double check that. You're using like per tap, I think it's 2 of these, right? Or is it 1? It's 1 with 2 black stones. So you're using 1 of these every tap. If you don't get it in 10, you're out 66 mil. Stacks alone are expensive. They are 70 mil at max. I will say though, even if the stacks are kind of expensive, there are ways to kind of help with that. If you do have people to help you with it, you can get like 90 stacks on the minimum side. You can get these with primordial crystals. Yes, those are expensive, but if you do Land of the Morning Light bosses, you also have a bunch of them. I don't remember how many I have. It's hundreds though, I'm sure. 1,000 actually. So like if you go and do your weekly like Black Shrine on hard difficulty on Be Young, you can actually get that thing I just showed off that I forgot what it's called now. I don't even see it on this list. Huh. Anyways, you can get that item, this thing here, from Be Young, and then just, you know, attend your 4 Land of the Morning Light bosses, even if you need them or not. But you can totally get, you know, 90 stacks from this, at least. So the idea of hitting like a Tet off of 90 or even 100 isn't too terrible. For me, I also do just have like 3 plus 80 stacks there. If I were to type in Volks, for instance, scroll down on the list, not that far, I guess. Well, 80s, got some 100s, got some 60s. Like I could do a 60, add some Volks cries to it, get it up to like 73 and call it good enough. Got some other higher stacks here and there, but realistically, I could totally see that happening because I've kind of done this with the Manos processing stones. Is it cheap? No, but all the other sources of income like grinding, cooking boxes, it can fund that as well. At the end of the day, silver is just kind of this thing that I've kind of accepted, just comes and goes. And there are days where I lose, you know, 10 billion silver and it feels bad, but you know, I'm starting to accept that it's just kind of how life is. Like even real life money just kind of comes and goes. But no, it's not something that I would recommend for anybody who's like just wanting to try out. Like maybe see if you can make a couple of the chairs, see if it's worth it, and then, you know, go from there. Like make one at a time. Don't do what I did and make like 40 Manos processing stones just because you could and you thought it would be lucrative and make a lot of money off of it. It's not worth it. Don't do that. And if you also gather and like get sharp shards too, then you don't have to worry about buying. So it's like everything you do, there's a cost, whether it's silver or time, really, at the end of the day. A couple alt accounts that I just log in here and there and collect rewards. Sad seeing all the resources collecting dust. I mean, some of those resources you can probably sell on the market, but yeah. I did one time, a long time ago now, I did create a second account. And I did for a time, for this one specific instance, I logged in when they gave out underneath challenges, they gave out an item. It was I think a rocking chair or something. It was for a tier 9 horse, like a choose your tier 9 horse. And I remember I got the male Arduinaut because I wanted to get tier 10 Pegasus. You remember? Yeah, that event. So I did that on my second account as well because male Arduinauts just are not on the marketplace. So that's the only reason I made a second account. And I told myself if anything happened to my main account, I guess I at least have a male Pegasus. So, but 7 plus hammers, 35k crons, 30 plus Agris coins just on one of them. Jeez. I'll be honest, I haven't even been doing the hammers on that other account. If I had to restart over, there'd be part of me that would just be like, yeah, no, I guess I'm done. As hard as that would be. We have like an hour and a half for Vel, don't we? Yeah, well, yeah, about an hour and a half. I feel so tired, man. I have the Garmos hearts just sitting for when I need them on my main. I think Garmoth hearts, aren't they? Yeah, they've definitely dropped. They're starting to get to like almost 10 bill. Like 14, I guess, but still. It's still wild to me that they gave a sellable Garmoth heart to everybody. They said it's not going to be sellable, and it drops and it is. Anything else is a bad habit of mine. I mean, most of us make all the like characters, but you know, it's each their own. Let's get some more of the sink made up. Yeah, I can understand. I mean, sorry, I just yawned. All of a sudden just feel really tired. That too, about the characters, yeah. I mean, for me, it's like, I still have 2 more slots. Deadeye, back in December, that's when I made her. Wukong, when he got released. That's it. I haven't made a character since Wukong, and I didn't even really want to make Wukong. I didn't make him day 1, I made him like week 2. I just don't really care to like go through the whole process. As you can tell, he's only level 51. But like Savior, when she comes out, I'm like, am I going to do the same thing where I'm just like, meh, I don't need another character. Because it really has started to get to a point where it's like, you know, we look at the map, for instance, I'm just like, I've got random characters just kind of everywhere. I mean, I have some in Valencia, of all places. I know that sounds kind of strange. I don't remember having Auburn Iris over here, but, you know. Why would I have Scholar? I know why he's here. He's here to get Villa stuff. She's here to make boxes, but apparently my Scholar's out here. Then she's out here for Centaurs. Interesting. It does not show my Witch. Or my DK. DK's out here for Nuver, and my Witch is over here for Kudum. Doesn't show them. Interesting. Yeah, it gets old. It does, actually. Quite a few just sitting in Velia. What the heck was that? Is that a donkey? That was a donkey. Okay. It's been a while since I heard one of those. I apparently have more in the entirety of Valencia than I do in Velia. I have 5 in Velia. I feel like I have more characters, though, than what is reflected here. Three supposedly on the Great Ocean. That's probably... actually, no. This one is at Crow's Nest. She is OE. Then Auburn, Gladiolus, I believe, is at Vel, in case I need to go to Vel. Land of the Morning Light, I have 3. I feel like there's a lot more of my characters, though. Crazy, right? Like, Calpheon, it shows only 4. I swear I have more characters than this. Campo Moodle, Crow's Nest. Maybe this is all my characters. Margoria, Vel's Realm, Velia, Taftar. I don't know why Scholar's there. Alright, I guess that is everybody then. Huh. I swear I had more characters. It's just weird seeing like 5 in Velia. I figured I had more here, but I guess not. What are people talking about? Oh, Karazad accessory. Okay. It's BDO is definitely a game to have alts, and it does get really old really quickly. I mean, I made it to 24,000 completed quests, and I really wish they would have made the change a long time ago. I actually had to delete a couple of alts and stuff because they didn't let... There was a certain period of time where they're like, no more slots. You're not allowed, no more. So I had to delete a couple characters, but those characters had gone through the main story through like Valencia 1 and 2. So the progression of that would be Balanos, Serendia, Calpheon, Medea, or Medea, however you want to say it, Valencia 1, Valencia 2, and then they would be at the start of the Kama quest line. Looking forward to multiple Karazads. Copium. That's going to be when the next, you know, accessory grade's going to come out. It's going to be a rainbow or something stupid. Anyways. Shots fired. The characters I deleted, their completed quests were also deleted. But since then, like, I want to say it was a couple months ago, they made it to where if you deleted a character, if they completed a quest, it still counted toward your overall character amount. Or your family completed quest amount. Which, I'm just like, ugh. Because I would have... I would probably almost be at 27,000 right now. And there is like this whole thing where if you have over 15,000 and like 15 characters, you can do all the side quests in Balanos, Serendia, Calpheon, I think. And all the side quests on those three on 15 different characters plus 15,000 will net you 30,000. So I'm pretty sure I lost like over 2,000 quests from those characters I had to delete because no more slots. And then they reversed that ruling like 2 seasons later. So I'm not happy about that. 30,000 is one of those things that eventually I'll do at some point. I'm so bored. Ever since they did the rework, by the way, Serendia and Calpheon, I just haven't done those two on this character. I also apparently have, you know, just like stuff there that I can get. I have Land of the Morning Light 1 and 2 to do on my Kuno because I just never have gone up there. And a few other things here and there.
I'm not responsible if these nails hurt you.
Catch you later, man. Gotta go watch some Cobra Kai. Alright, man. Have a good one. Appreciate you showing up. Take it easy. I'm honestly like, I feel like I've kind of hit a wall. I'm done complaining about stuff, and I don't think you guys want to watch me continue to process, so I'm probably going to end this stream. if I'm gonna be honest. Oh boy. You too. Appreciate it. I'm gonna check one more thing on Discord. Really wish they would. Oh, they at least mention it on the update announcement in the Discord. New major details: Edania, the Demon Realm, main quest and boss subjugation, Throne of Edana, Edana's defense gear, sovereign subweapon, other new items, and gathering resources. Also an adventure journal and integrated event UI. So that seems to be what they're going to prioritize, which is not too bad, I guess. Alright, but I'm going to go ahead and call the stream here. Like I said, it's been a long day of streaming. Did almost 4 hours here on Black Desert. Did 2 hours with Celeste earlier in the day. I really want to try to stay awake for Vel, and I might try, but my throat is really starting to feel kind of bad. And when you kind of don't have a webcam and you're kind of just talking, that's kind of what you just kind of need to do. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Thank you to Newt and Toga for being here. Appreciate you both. For anybody who's watching this who might be new to my channel, I do a variety of different stuff. Kind of been playing it by ear the last couple of days, and with the way that my life's going, I may or may not be getting a job soon. Kind of really just depends. I am actively looking, so I'm just kind of waiting to see what ends up happening, and we'll see what happens. You know, I might get a job, and you know, YouTube's always still going to be there. My brother and I were still going to do stuff in the future, just maybe not as often right now. So, but such is the way of life. Things don't ever stay the same forever. So tomorrow, Edania is supposed to be coming out, or at least after the maintenance tonight. I do have intentions, good intentions, to at least check out the new spot, maybe do story, that sort of stuff. But nothing too crazy. I don't think I'll be able to actually grind anywhere. I'll just kind of avoid those spots. Check out some of the life skill stuff and maybe read patch notes. So if you're interested in day one Edania, like looking at stuff, you know, consider subscribing and ringing that bell to be notified of future streams, or for that stream specifically. There's also a link down below to the Discord, the Rowdy Roadies Discord, or I guess the Dusty Roads Gaming Discord, in case you guys want to join that. There is a bot that pings when I go live, so I totally didn't have the right pet group out that whole time. That's cool. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. Till next time, stay safe, take it easy, and God bless.